Hello and welcome to the first episode of this series where we are going to implement an API in ASP.NET Core using PostgreSQL as our database. So for this series, I think I would say you'd need to be able to work with Visual Studio. You need to know a thing or two about APIs, C#. You need to have some experience with databases. So if you think you need to study some of these topics, again, I'd recommend checking out the other playlists on the channel and then come back to this series. But if you think that you're already familiar with Visual Studio, C#, developing web APIs, concepts such as, let's say, controllers, repositories, and action methods, then you're fine. So the purpose of this tutorial, which is going to have like 10 episodes, is to walk you through developing the process of developing a web API using ASP.NET Core and PostgreSQL as our database. So we're gonna not only work inside of Visual Studio, but we're also going to connect to our PostgreSQL server, and we're gonna see the databases, work with them, implement them, and migrate the database one step at a time. Of course, I mean, as always, you can clone the repository using the link I have put into the description of each episode inside of this series. You just need to click on the link, go to my profile on GitHub, and clone the repository. We're gonna have different branches, separate branches for each episode, so you'd be able to easily check out each branch to kind of see what we have done in each episode. So that will kind of give you the possibility of making your way through the code base and better understand the progress we have made throughout the series. Again, there are other related courses to this one on the channel. Feel free to explore them. If you think you need to probably kind of deepen your understanding of some of the topics we are going to explore in this series, feel free to take a look at the other series, other playlists that are available on the channel. So let's get started with episode number 1. The goals of this episode is to understand what PostgreSQL is. We're going to install PostgreSQL and pgAdmin. I'm going to install them using Docker, of course. I'm going to create my first database. I'm going to set up a web API project. I'm going to add EF Core and the provider for PostgreSQL inside of my web API project, and then I'm going to connect the API to PostgreSQL. So let's talk about PostgreSQL to know to understand what PostgreSQL is, because as I said, we're going to use this one as our database. So PostgreSQL is a powerful open source object relational database system. It supports advanced data types like JSON, arrays, ranges. It is ACID compliance for transactions. It has robust indexing. It has features such as full text search. So this makes it a strong choice for modern distributed applications. Now, when it comes to installing PostgreSQL and pgAdmin, there are different choices, but the easiest one, in my opinion, is to install these using Docker. So in order to do that, of course, you need to have Docker Desktop installed on your machine. Right now, I'm on my PC. I'm on a Windows machine. Then you're going to create a Docker compose file. I'm not going to talk about the things that I'm doing inside of this Docker compose file because this course is not about Docker. Probably in another series, I will explore Docker as well. but you need to copy paste this code here, put it inside of a folder called, for example, pgdocker. Just name the file docker compose YAML. I'm going to put the file inside of the repository on my GitHub as well, so that you can easily clone this. By the way, I have the file here open in Visual Studio as well. By the way, this is the project we're gonna work on. As you can see, I'm on episode 1 branch. I'm gonna create separate branches for each episode. I've just created a simple web API project using Visual Studio project template. I haven't done anything else, so this is the default template that you get when you create a web API project. Anyway, just put the code that you can find on the repository of this series, put it inside of a Docker Compose file, inside of a folder, then navigate to that folder, open command prompt, and then use Docker Compose up-d. By the way, you can change the passwords that you are going to use. So you can use Postgres password. You can set Postgres password. This is the password to your database. This is the Postgres password. I have set it to my secret password. And you can, of course, set a password for the admin panel that we're going to use. So again, feel free to change these if you want. I have already done so, by the way. I mean, on my other desktop, you can see that I have installed pgAdmin as well as the server itself, and I have logged in to the portal. So just go ahead, install PostgreSQL using Docker Compose, change the passwords if you want, and you're ready to go. And then, of course, you can verify the installations. The default port is going to be 5050. The email and password to log into the pgAdmin are these. Of course, again, you can change these in that Docker Compose file, and then you can add a new server if you want, and then you can set the host, port, username, and password. Not if you want, of course, you need to do that, right? I have already done so, by the way. I mean, if you take you to this portal, you can see that I have already created a server. It's not a difficult thing. You just need to double click, right click here, and then you can create a server group, or here then you can go ahead and create your databases. We're going to create our database as well. So with that out of the way, we are ready to get started with creating a database in our pgAdmin. I'm going to create a database called online course database, and then we're going to start developing our API. So inside of the databases, I have this online course DB. Just ignore this, right? Because this is something that I am using for preparing this tutorial. I'm going to create a new database called online course DB. So online course database, not DB. The DB one is for this tutorial, as I said. So the database has been created. We're going to use this database. Just ignore the one below it for now. And we're going to create the tables, migrate the database one step at a time using a code first approach. So as I said, I have already created my web API project. Just go ahead, open up Visual Studio, create a new web API project, and then let's continue with these. The next thing that, of course, we need to do is to install some NuGet packages. We're going to use EF Core, right? We're going to use PostgreSQL. So these are the packages that we need to install for the migration, for having EF Core, and for being able to work with PostgreSQL as our database. This is the provider for PostgreSQL database using EF Core. So I'm going to install these, and the next step would be to add the connection string to your app settings file. So this is the connection string that you need to add. Again, you have the name of your database, which is what we just created, the username and password that we set inside of that Docker Compose file. So let me go ahead again, as I told you, I'm going to put this file in the repository of this series so that you can easily, use it to spin up your PostgreSQL container. So what I need to do is to install those packages. I'm going to install them. So command not found. I need to install these packages. So I need to install this one. Install package. And then I need to install this one as well. Install package entity framework design. Let me double check the package name. Yeah, it is Microsoft Entity Framework Design. So Microsoft. Okay, the packages are installed now. The next thing I need to do is to, let me close out this one, go to my app settings file. So instead of my app settings, I need to, add the connection string here, the connection string that we're going to use to connect to that database we just created. So this is the connection string that we're going to use. Let me get rid of this one as well. So we're okay now with the connection string. And the next step would be to create a simple DB context, class. So inside of my project, I'm going to create this data folder, add this DB context file. As you can see, I am passing the DB context options. And then, of course, we're going to register this context using this NuGet pgSQL coming from that NuGet package we installed. And then we're going to get our connection string from our app settings file. So let me go ahead, create that data folder, data. And then I'm going to add a new code file here. And I'm going to create my application DB context. So we will be adding some DB sets in episode 2, of course. So we're done with this code file now. Let me rename the file. And then inside of my program.cs, we can start adding our services. The first service, of course, that I'm going to need to add is that DB context that we just created using the connection string that we created inside of app settings.json. The next thing that I want to do is to delete my weather forecast file as well as this controller, and then we're done with this episode, I guess. Yes, the summary. So in this episode, what we did was to spin up containers for PostgreSQL and pgAdmin. Right now, I'm running them locally on my machine, and we created this online course database. We created a simple, web API project using ASP.NET Core. Right now, we've got EF Core, we've got a simple AppDB context, and we have the provider for PostgreSQL. The connection string is inside of our app settings file, and we've got the database integrated in our DI container. So that's it for this episode. Again, if you enjoy watching these series, please make sure you give them a like, subscribe to the channel, share the video with a friend, someone who is learning, how to develop web APIs using PostgreSQL, and I will see you in the next episode.